So, crochet, crochet. What have I been up to? Well, I've now got 16 squares for the poncho, but I might turn it into a blanket project. Yeah, I'm having second thoughts about doing poncho. I'm just wondering, I'm thinking about the fact that if it's a poncho and we're coming into summer, I'm probably not going to wear it that often. Therefore, I won't see this piece of work that I've done. So maybe it would be better as a throw, a blanket throw type thing. I don't know. But let me show you the 16 squares. I just had to put them on the table to admire them, even though some of them are slightly smaller than others, etc., etc. I hope that will be a problem that is resolved during the blocking process, which I haven't done yet, obviously. But let me show you, I'm really enjoying how the diagonal striping effect is playing out. There we are, all 16 of them laid out. I'm loving the colour effect, I really am. It's really interesting. And of course it's going to take some thought before I join them together as to how I would like them to look, but it kind of almost gives a sort of 3D effect, which I'm really into. So I'm just delighted with how it works. Obviously I'll play with them and, get them in a configuration that is pleasing. But there's plenty more to go. Another 2 lots of this to go, so 3 lots in total. So it's going to be quite sizable. I'll have to have a think about whether I want it as a poncho. I feel as though I've sort of slipped out of flow a little bit with having this bad back, and I need to get back into the swing of learning new things as well, because I've slipped out of that habit as well. Yeah, my flow was kind of interrupted. But hey ho, I've cracked on with these. I've still managed to produce more squares, so that's a positive. I think I'm going to start another one. It is Monday evening and I have tried to get back in the saddle of learning something new every day about crochet. So I have practiced a stitch which is new to me, which is called the Little Tulip stitch. And I'll put a link to the channel that I found it on. Yeah, it's okay. I think it would need to be crocheted a little larger for the pattern to really start to come out, but it's fairly simple to do. Yeah, but whether I find it attractive enough, I don't know. The person doing the tutorial was raving at how pretty it was and how it was reversible. I see a difference on both sides, but of course that could be my technique. Let me show it to you. So you can't really see the pattern that's developing in this light, really. It's quite difficult. As you can see, there's a sort of scalloped edge, and then there are these sort of crisscrossing patterns. I guess with more work and maybe a different thread. This is the acrylic that I'm using for practice, this shade, because it's not particularly attractive shade. So I'm using it to practice. I guess it's okay, but I've learnt it and I shall remember it. Well, whether I'll remember how to do it is another matter, but I'll remember the name certainly and be able to look it up if I need to. And I think that's key, especially when you're learning. I think it's about gathering as much knowledge as you possibly can have and sort of remembering your samples that you've made, because I'll keep this as a sample. So when you get to the stage where you kind of want to try and come up with something new yourself, or a design that's your own, you can employ all of these different techniques and stitches um, in coming up with that creation. So I think that's an important thing to remember when you're learning. So yeah, there you go. That's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Morning, it's Tuesday morning. I'm losing track of the days at the moment. I don't know why. I think it's that episode of having a little bit of a bad back. That sort of threw me off. And I'm just starting to get a sense of the week and what I need to do. And one of the things I do need to do is deal with these. There are a couple of things that I've got to do. I've got to sort out weaving in the ends, and I've got to block them as well. So for those of you who are maybe new to crochet like me, blocking is basically a different process depending on what yarn you're using, apparently. So this is acrylic, and apparently acrylic likes to be blocked using a little bit of heat. So I think you'll have seen my blocking board. It's in the other room, but you'll see it in a bit. Basically, it's the act of shaping whatever you're creating. So these squares are reasonably straight. They have reasonable corners, but some of them are slightly bigger or slightly smaller, probably because of my tension variations. And the act of blocking sets the fabric. It sets the fibres. And in order to do that with acrylic, like I say, we need to use heat. So I'm probably going to use the steam from my iron. And in order to do that, they're going to be attached to the blocking board and then steamed. And they need to be slightly stretched just to form the shape that they need to be, which is nice and square. But I don't know whether or not blocking needs to happen before I've done the borders or after. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe I need to do a little bit of research first and find out whether I should do that. I don't know. I've got a feeling it should be okay. Let me find out and come back to you on that. So yeah, I'm going to start off, I think, with the weaving in of ends and get that done, because there's going to be this plus another 2 times this. So that'll be a lot of weaving in. It's all extra work, isn't it? That's what I'm realising. You know, it's all well and good having the idea for a project and thinking, oh, lovely, that'll be nice. But it's huge amounts of work, which I don't mind. I'm not work shy. Need to research whether I should block before I've done a border. Yeah, and then get on with weaving in the ends. So I've done a little bit of research. Apparently, weaving in the ends should be done after blocking, with acrylic especially. I'm gonna wait. Hurrah, I don't have to do that now. Wonderful. So I can go ahead and start blocking these, basically by pinning them onto the board and giving them a light steam, not getting too close with the heat because I don't want to melt the acrylic, and then letting them dry naturally. So yeah, I think I'm going to get on with doing that. And in terms of doing a border, well, my research didn't get me too far, but it seems that it would be okay to add the border after blocking. So I'm going to go with that. So I think I'm going to start getting a few of these blocked. Why not? No time like the present. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I've read and it says just give it a little bit of a steam, but don't get the heat too near. So I'm just going to go. So I think that's probably enough because they do need a little bit of space to dry. I don't know whether I've done the right thing or not. I'm just going to leave them now for a couple of days just to dry off. I mean, they're not wet, they're just damp, which is apparently all you do with acrylic. You don't want to wet them. I'm just going to leave them like that. And then in a couple of days' time, I will finish off these. And I've also noticed, unfortunately, that this square has got a dodgy corner. I'm not sure what happened there. So I think I might have to redo this one because I'm not sure I can sort that out. You see, this is where I sort of fall down still. Can't quite work out what went wrong. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. So I'm going to get on with my day. I will see you tomorrow. It's Wednesday morning and I've started off this morning by timing myself doing one of the squares for the project. So I've just completed one and I'm pleased to report that it took me just over an hour rather than an hour and a quarter, which it was the last time I timed myself. So clearly I am getting faster. But I guess the question is, am I compromising quality? And I think it's too early in this crochet adventure to know that. Because when you go more quickly, you tend to make, I think, in my experience, more mistakes. There's more moments where you go, oh, shoot, I need to do that again, or that bit's too loose, or whoops. So whether or not that affects the overall quality in terms of tension, I don't really know. I mean, to me, the pieces that I'm doing look okay, and they're of an acceptable level. I don't think I would go as far to say that I would be able to sell one of them. I'm not sure whether they're that good, but certainly good enough for something that you make at home and maybe good enough to gift to a friend. So it's an interesting thing to think about as you sort of progress, certainly as I progress. Am I improving or am I just maintaining? So I just thought I'd share that with you. I'll see you later. Morning, it's Friday morning, and I thought I would finish the vlogging week, the crochet vlogging week, by showing you the results of the blocking that I did the other day. So I'm quite surprised actually by the results and the outcome. So let me show you. I've got two piles. I've got a pile of 10 squares that have been blocked and another 10 that haven't been blocked. And let's have a look at the difference. And I think you can clearly see which pile have been blocked. So these are still sort of curly and sort of, I don't know, still sort of spongy. And they have a sort of stiffness to them. Then with this pile, there's more of a give in them. They're sort of, well, not a give, but a sort of flowiness to them, more of a drape. Whereas this, look, you can see the difference there. When they haven't been blocked, they don't really drape or fall. They're kind of quite stiff. But when they have been blocked, they drape. So I'm really, really astounded at the difference that it makes. And I'm pleased to report that I've now done a total of 21 squares. So the amount of work, I mean, my hat goes off to all of the makers and crafters and creators of these kind of fabrics, because I can understand why quilters, for example, charge such a huge amount of money for quilts. I mean, quilts, different level, but all the work that goes into them, you know, the man hours, the sheer number of man hours. I mean, I think I said the other day, I can do one of these squares now in just, I think just over an hour, without making too many mistakes, you know? So, yeah, I mean, that's the equivalent of 48 solid hours of crochet to make 48 squares. So I've been doing it for approximately probably 25 hours, I would have thought, in total. Which, when said like that, doesn't sound too much, but you wouldn't do it, you know, you wouldn't crochet for a straight 20 odd hours in a row, you know, you couldn't physically do that. So yeah, it's a lot of work. And of course I've got the edges to do, and then I've got to sew it all together. And I've also got to still decide whether it's going to be a poncho or a blanket. I'm going to decide that once I've done all of the squares. But I think it's going to look good. And I look forward to the day when I can present it to you as a finished product. So that's it for this week. I'll see you soon.